that was amazing. I'm gonna give it like another 10 minutes. I was finishing, but I'm gonna give it 10 minutes at this point. Yeah. Cause I feel like I kinda gotta at this point. Probably not gonna give it the full 10 minutes though. I'll probably give it like, we'll see. Alright, we'll go down. What's the time? Time's okay. Not long, but a little longer. So, yeah. Like I was saying before, I might just create a seedy underbelly. But in reality, I think the seedy underbelly mostly is going to be the thing over there. What I really should try and do is try and get myself a silk touch pick. Because that would be good. At least I think it would be good. As an overall. And then maybe then I'll just kind of, like I said, I do. I'll need to get all the materials for it, but I am gonna build down there as well. And it's just gonna be much taller than this. Building wise, like none of these buildings go very tall, but I do want those to be tall, but I don't want them to ever feel like they can reach over here, even if it's like almost at the same height. Just because there's like a certain feel, I think, to kind of go with for this. But yeah, I just haven't decided what else I want to really do with it, other than what I want to do with it. More like I haven't decided what I want to do surrounding it. But hey, we've got the first house done. It's this one. It really, you can see kind of like the idea really well on that one. I do want the dark, deep slate stuff. I need to see if I have any ladders. There's not, oh well, but if I did have ladders, wow. I don't think I do. Nope, no ladders. I have plenty of stairs though. I could use that. Yeah. I might actually use them down below in the not this. Because I think that would be very good stylistically. Like I said, I do really want to get this stuff fully realized, I guess. There we go. Alright. But yeah. I need tough. I need all these other things. I think one of my biggest problems is I just need so many things I don't have right now. Right, I have some of these in here, right? Yeah, I'm gonna need more of this. We're just gonna put this here. And then here. I'll do. I'm running low on birch wood. I'm running low on all the wood that I need, but it's not so bad. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just leave the 2 and make a ton of planks. So wait, I can't do that anymore. Now that I've moved my setup out here, I'm just gonna keep going in here every now and then and be like, oh, that's right, I just have the bed in here. Not because I specifically was trying to do anything specific, but you know, I mean, like, yeah. Alright, there we go for that. Let's see. But like I said, I do kind of want to get some of these. I've already got a lot of them done-ish. I just need to finish. I need to commit to finishing. Like, that's my real answer. I don't want to do that either. Alright. That. And do this, because that's going to be how it is, I guess. Or maybe I should do something else here. Maybe I should do... I'm not sure. Something else. I'll put this back in a second. Okay, go like that. Very basic, very simple house. Yeah. Like that. Doopa-doopa-doo. Doopa-doopa-doo. And then like so. Yeah. For now, we'll stick another torch back down for now, but like I was saying earlier, I'm going to do a lot more with the lanterns in this village, because, like I said, this is my Cherry Blossom Forest village. Vibes. Idea-ish. Not really idea, but, like, what I would do. What I am doing. Let me see. I finished that up, right? But then I need to decide what I went there. What have I got in here? Actually, it could look really interesting to do this. Like, not with all of them, but because this one's a unique one. Like that. Or maybe I would want to do one of these. Would I want to do this instead? I don't think I would, but it could fit the vibe nicely. Actually, I kind of like that. Alright, and then you would add the door in, and then it goes in. You have all this. Comfy, cozy, all that jazz. And actually, I can put some more of these. Like so. Like that. And then all the windows will be like that in here. And then same at the top. Because that's how all the windows are. There's no such thing as normal windows in this village, let's be real. That went out the window when I was like, I don't want to make glass. It hasn't come back since. I do want to make more over here. Kinda, just the way it is. I need to finish this. I need to finish everything. Alright, I ended up deciding not to do this. I have my mending books. I haven't put on anything yet because I didn't have the levels. I do have levels now, but I didn't have those when I got them. That's right, I forgot to move these things because I don't need them over here for now unless I decide to... But I don't really need them. I don't need them at all. Yeah, we go here. We just dump them here. Yes, you're all cute. Oh, there we go. So saying, I'm realizing I need a ton more of this probably. Actually, no, this remains here so that I can figure out where to put it. Let me see over where else would I go? Because I need to put in the rest of my floors. I need to figure out where to go and put in. Like, I mean, I have that one like that. If I do this, so that I can do this. For half a second we'll do that. Because it doesn't change what I was doing. Alright, do I want to do the pink? Hey y'all, Mr. Failure, how are you? I hope you're doing well. As you can see, I'm putting in floors. I see, well, at least it's the same as usual. I'm doing okay. I'm just getting things put away or put done. There's a few more minor things just to kind of try and get as much done as I can. No, that wouldn't go in this one anyway. The entire, I mean, I only really decided it this time because I've been really thinking about it, but kind of the whole premise of this is almost fake. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but basically the whole place isn't what it seems, if you will, which is going to, as well, you have been here for those probably, but as I've stated before, I am going to contrast this idyllic kind of village thing that's not really, it might have a seedy underbelly, it might not, I haven't decided yet, but basically that it's so perfect and blah blah blah, but it's not really. But then I'm going to have down, I can quickly show you. I haven't done much with it because I'm working, I want to finish this first, but basically all the way down here, gotta keep going, it's far. You can see that square down there. And I want to build a city that's kind of dark and grungy and not like down here. I just kind of want to do that. And I'll have to flatten out all of this land and start working on that when I'm done with the village up top. Well, the buildings are going to be much bigger. You're going to have a lot more of this. Just grays and blacks and all that. Oh yeah, I need to get back up to the top. I mean, I already knew that, but you know. Anyway, no. And no. I hear it again. I'm gonna have to find out where those are coming from. I thought I got all the spots. There we go on that front. Anyway, point being, the whole point is it's kind of not real. It very much is meant to feel like a toy box almost. With how not real it is. I mean, look around at it. These are not colors of nature. Not really. I mean, they kind of are, but like, not here. As I said, I have a vision. It's gonna be a weird, it's gonna be take ages because I need things like deep sleep, but I do have a vision. Also, building a TNT cannon is not going to be very possible since this is all the TNT I have. Or all the gunpowder, rather. I don't even have TNT. Maybe someday, but... Yeah, you get a lot of swamps. You get a lot of palm trees, too. A lot of beaches. Like, the beach is nature. But... yeah. Like, you get lots of, you can see, you can go all the buildings. I actually have where you can walk on the building's floor, even if I have nothing else to show for it. Yeah. It's not really that shocking, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, if you're not trying to make a good movie, it kinda is what happens, isn't it? When you believe you're too big to fail, you know? Like, every movie that Disney's been having come out and all that, has... What do you mean, what's my vision? Do you mean for this town? I thought I said that. Semi-artificial. Alright, so this town, as I was saying, it's kind of like an artificial feel to it. It's not fully real kind of thing. Because obviously you've got the pinks, you've got the light blues. These are colors that, while they can appear, they don't typically appear in this way and all that kind of thing. So, as you can see, you've got just like this, you have the floors be like that. Almost like, a children's toy set, like Barbie Town. I'm sure. I'm pretty sure I'm not. Point being, like, all the buildings are like this, obviously. You've got this is going to be the, butcher. If there's gonna be anything more like G.I. Joe or Transformers, it's gonna be down there in the grungy city section that I haven't built yet. Because I want to build this first, but then I'm gonna build the grungy city down there. But then we can talk more then. Yeah, I hear things. But like you can see, even here, like you can see there. The first building has a tiny bit to it. Is there anything actually down here? Let's try to put some lights in. I did not. But these days I'll have to fix that up. I hear danger. I don't care. That's not my point right now. Anyway, point being, there will be some of that too. It's just that this is the... I mean, I thought they had some of that in the original, but not really too much, because the whole point is they were separate continuities overall. So if they're really thinking that, oh, we can do that, I don't know, I'm just going to go with, man. They really are out of ideas. I didn't say they weren't. I just said... Notice, I did say there was a basis for it, didn't I? Overall, though, I thought the concept was that they were kind of separate continuities. You can have crossovers just fine. which I'm not denying. I'm only saying... I mean... I gotta be honest, like, I think since a lot of crossovers are basically just fan service... Yes, I do remember that. But they are... My point was that it's still effectively a different point, a whole lot of different. kind of thing. Like, you don't have them going on, like you said, they don't go on at the same time. Which basically means that by whatever they're planning to do to connect the two series, they probably will not do it well. That was my point. I don't see it working out well. Because they're inevitably going to be like, oh, we're going to connect the two series by literally putting them at the same point in time and everything. I mean, let's be real, they kind of did not, like, I mean, it's not even, like, the same universe as the original. Clearly. I'm sure they'll argue it is. But a different point in time. Just kidding. No, it's not. Yep. The problem with every time they're doing something with G.I. Joe is they're like, well, it's the same thing with a lot of other things where it's like, you know, and I'm going to hear with the Snake Eyes thing. It's because they decided, oh, this guy's a martial artist, therefore he should be Asian. And it's like, but the whole point of his character was he's not. Yep. It is a group. But I'm just saying, you can still tell a decent, like, backstory thing if you actually follow the basis of the character. I still go, I think that was crazy. It's just like, what were they even thinking? Yeah, I know. You mean he was talking in the movie too? Okie dokie, they are. Like, I mean, I don't know, they're I don't know how to put it nicely. There, but, yeah, grand. Yep. They've done a lot. Anyway, I guess I'm trying to think of how to put it. Anyway, I mean, that just means go back to the older stuff. You know? That's true. How did they... The first two movies, which I do remember, they were actually at least fun. They understood the idea. So how come these newer ones are just like... And the only answer I can come up with isn't a good one. I'm gonna be honest. And I mean, I'm trying to, like, it's like, but the more things that come out that I see, or things and stuff, the more it's like, yes, I get it, yes, I care. What I'm trying not to. Anyway, the point being that I was trying to make was, it's just like, you look at the fact that they can't do basic stuff, and then they change things that at the same time was kind of important. Like, all sorts of things are important. I hate when it does that. Right. But, I mean, like... I mean, honestly, though, it's like, what I was going to say is, like, for most of the movies nowadays, I just don't go watch the movie and I go see, what do people say about the movie at this point, because I don't trust anybody. And at least Hollywood, to produce anything worth going to movie theaters. I mean, it's the same thing. They basically went with the same blah 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 story that they've been doing so often lately. That's just like, but why? It doesn't really make sense. But they treat it like they're the yeah. And then if you don't like the movie, it's, oh, you're a blah blah blah. And it's like, no. Bad movie that can't follow a basic plot is not a good movie. That is the answer. Yep. Well, I'm sure they are talking about completely rebooting now that they've gotten what they wanted out of it. I think the thing with Mission Impossible is it's like, you really... Well, they'll find a way. You know they'll find a way eventually to just... And as far as the... From what I've been hearing about the new... I think came out today movie? Maybe, I don't know when. Already failing at the box office. Well, hey, at the very least, at least the Fast and the Furious movies kind of still, they stick to their theme. And they don't change for anybody. Even if it's their detriment. So, I mean, there's that. Yeah, that movie. That is exactly the movie I was just talking. But from the things that... Here's a... Probably not. Probably gonna just stick around here. I'm gonna stream. You're gonna hear a lot of fireworks, probably. If you pop in. I mean a lot. When I say a lot, because our neighbors are kind of nutty about it. With shooting off fireworks. Whether they should or not. I wouldn't be able to pass the gators to do that. It's like, it's the dry season. Well, it's actually not really. It's kind of the range he was. But it's just like, yep. I'm not against our neighbors being other than the fact that they might burn down the entire area. That is the only problem I can think of. Also, because we use satellite internet and they are shooting fireworks, it might be a little difficult. We're gonna still try. You. Boop-a-doo. And cool. So many, so many. Thank you. And then not you, you. Wait, he just... No, it was me. Alright, but I'm gonna grab the 12. And then... I mean, it's not really my thing, but at the same time I'm left with at least... It sticks to what it does, and it doesn't try to be something else. Now that... if you will. So I think that's what I really look at it with. I don't know if it's precisely my thing, but I think at least, you know what, it's a fast action car movie. They don't pretend to be otherwise, and I think that's fine. In my book. Because I'd still rather that over, so many of these other movies that keep coming out that have no business existing. Hey, I mean, you know what? It can make for a very interesting movie to be like having to juggle all that, so I think it works out well. And obviously, I mean, it's still got a fan base. So I'm inclined to say obviously it's working out well for them. To follow that. Hey, I mean, that's fair. Like I was saying, I mean, as long as the movie is good, or at least isn't pretending to be something it's not, I think it's fine. I mean, obviously, there's no way that that his PR team and stuff would choose that one. I'm sorry. It's like, but you could get another movie. No, I'm going to die if I believe it. But you could be the villain in the next one. You think about it. There's no way a PR team would agree to that. Unless they basically were forced to after the fact. So yeah, I believe that. And I believe there's probably lots of lots of crying in the background of, but why? Fair enough. Anyway, I mean, like I've said before, I just think as long as a movie knows what a movie is and doesn't decide to go pretend to be something it's not. Yes, it is. I know. I know. I am aware. Which You have to wonder the number of parents who realize after the fact that we're like, yeah, well, the kid was curious about it and wanted to see other movies with characters from the movie. Or the people who play the characters in the movie, and then it's like that's what you find, and you're like, yep. There's no other movies. Anyway, I mean, Spy Kids was a good franchise. I think the fourth one was kind of bad though, and knowing that they're I think rebooting it or something, and I'm like, no, you're just gonna make us decide the fourth one wasn't that bad. Like, this is literally then the way things have been going lately. Like, you know? I don't know. I think I remember seeing something about that at some point, and I was like, wait, what? Where they're making like a TV show, I think on Netflix. I don't know if they still are. I remember seeing something about that. I'm like somebody I watched was talking about. I'm like, seeing that, I was like, oh heck no. And now especially like it's like the more I see the other things going on, I'm just like, oh. All this is gonna do is convince us the fourth movie has any substance. Now that movie sucked. Eh. One can only hope it goes well and not like every other one that it's like, well, this is going to be awesome. Such and such is coming back to do this movie. Just a reminder. Of legit what is currently going on with, well, yes, he is. That doesn't mean much of anything. All they have to do is have him. That's not what I meant. What I meant is, once you sign the contract, you signed up for the movie. And look at every single movie, but it's like, oh, that could be super cool that they're coming back and they're all doing that. In the last, what, 3 years, 4 years? Longer? Every time something like that happens. First franchise to do it was Star Wars. Look how that one went. Then there were many others in between, and then now we have Indiana Jones. Look how that's going. And that's where I say, what's really going to happen is in the end, you're going to be not going, wow, it's a great movie. You're going to be going, hey, you know what? The third one wasn't that bad. Because basically once the actor's in a contract, then they really can't get out of it. Good person or not. All they can really say, they can't even say anything. Because they have to sign all the NDAs and stuff, you know? That's where my real worries come in, is that it's like, you go in because you sign up because you're like, yeah, this will be awesome. And then basically it's a bait and switch. So that's where I look at it. I mean, I know you. My point is, there's only so much you can even do. Even when you really want to say something. To some extent. It's just, they basically will use the fact that your name is on it, kind of thing. I mean, again. I don't disagree. Like I said, if it looks, one can hope. One can hope. I'm just saying. I'm just looking at what's currently in the box office, or what's currently bombing in the box office, and that's where I say I have no hope. Yeah, there's a channel I follow, and basically, that channel for the Indiana Jones movie, they broke the whole, they had the whole everything all the way down the line. Actually, they also completely dropped the Rise of Skywalker a year before that came out too. So you know. that's where I was like, and effectively everything that kept getting predicting throughout the whole thing. So that's where I'll wait. I'll see if like some of the channels I'm watching that keep an eye on this kind of thing because they're. Oh, I agree. We don't talk about it. I was just saying, there's a channel I watch who dropped the whole plot a year in advance. Yes, it was. And from then on, then that's kind of where that guy's channel really started. Anyway, quick dig. Doesn't matter. It's just one of those things where it's like I'll keep an eye out for some of the channels I watch that do discuss that kind of thing and see what they say. Because I do not trust anything anymore. Not to say I don't fully, completely trust what they're saying too. It's just, yeah, I know Critical Drinker. That's not who I was talking about, but I do watch the Critical Drinker, I'll be honest. He's fun. No, I love his content too. Actually, you probably like the other channel as well. His favorite thing is to basically, the individual. I have a very small amount of Irish in me, but not like, at least in theory, supposedly, potentially. Heyo, derp. How are you? Oh, 1 second. 1, 2, 3. All right. 3. But no, there's a this. I mostly the channel I'm talking about. I mostly watch like fun. He's fun to watch. The person that I'm talking about. But the guy really does end up dropping. Yeah, information, if you will, has been a thorn in the, especially Disney side, for a couple years now. So he's fun to watch. And then when get attacked, he's like, haha, it doesn't mean I'm wrong. And then when he's proven right, he's like, yep. Y'all doubted me. Those who doubted me. Look now. Anyway. But no, I don't even watch him that often. It's just sometimes I do. But yeah, I do like the Critical Drinker too. He's very fun. He's very realistic too. I think my favorite part is they can't even tell him, oh, well, why don't you try, because he did that. So, you know. Anyway. My favorite? Well, I guess technically it's... Okay, because the numbering system is like, Yeah, Revenge of the Sith is good too. What? I just trying to think of like how to put it. Also, or are you saying how you are? Cause fair. But no, it's just because it's like I like Revenge of the. I honestly like the original trilogy. From like I don't really have. A specific favorite among those. I really. Although I guess I liked. Um, I liked all of them. But, well, no, he did not do anything. I'm gonna be honest. I had, even before all of this, I actually liked the. It's not my favorite. No. But I did like the first, the prequel trilogy. I even had a Padme Queen Amidala doll for years. One of the few dolls I actually had, because I didn't like Barbies. I really didn't. I've said it before, I don't. But I liked the movie, so I wanted that. Do you? That would be fascinating to see. I'm not even sure the whole thing probably even exists anymore in the same way. If for no other reason, then there's a high chance it got thrown in the trash with the, yeah. Anyway, like I said before, all that's really been happening with a lot of these movies. Fair enough. I did not. Mostly because I actually read the books. Possibly. I think. What I was gonna say. I'm not denying anything or saying anything. I'm just saying I'm going to assume at this point it's probably lost of time. Was what all I was saying. If there is anything like that. But no, I do believe that there's potential. There's oftentimes director cuts of things all the time. Like in our house, we had the director's cut of Stargate for many years. Little bro's favorite movie. The original movie, I guess, before the TV show, I think. We had that. Goodness, if you ever want to see well, that was removed to change the rating. Movie. That's the one. To see. Is the Stargate, I mean. I see. Well, that's up to you. I mean, I'm not as... but all I was saying is, like I said, I'm sure you've probably never seen it. Yeah, I'm gonna guess you probably never have seen Stargate, have you? Oof. The movie, I mean, not the TV show. I was just thinking, like, there's... But, it was actually pretty decent. Um, see? I knew it. Yeah, you might like it. In your own way. I mean, it's weird. One, but it's got, like, aliens. Obviously. I didn't say it wasn't. Did I? I simply said you might like the movie that I mentioned. I don't know. I wouldn't. That was all. It was a unique one. Well, not really that unique, but it's just one of those. Anyway, basically the thing with the figures. Anyway, what I was gonna say is let me finish. The movie I mentioned, the Stargate one. The thing that was removed, one of the many things. There was a few scenes that's like, yeah, that's one, but then there's one. I mean, it's not like graphic, but basically, you do have your female lead of the movie start undressing. Not in the main movie. That stuff, but it's like, No, it was an interesting one. Overall, it just was weird. And then you had... It was also dark. It was super dark. But that wasn't a bad thing. Yeah. Anyway, you'd probably also be surprised to see some of the actors who were in that one. And the roles they played, kind of thing, because... Alright. Nice room here. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let me think, what else is there? Anyway, to be fair, that movie wasn't one that I specifically... It was one my mom made sure we all watched. Let's see. Haha. I mean, honestly, some of like the... I'm gonna be honest, some of my taste that I have really does come from, her. Yep. It was actually a very good movie, overall. It was interesting. See, you're looking it up. It just... It's... How did you... How? But yes, it actually was good. It'll be a little dated now, but you know, I mean, what isn't? There. Do. Yes. I do believe I have. It's been a long time, but I think so. Like I said, it's just one of those things. Ah, nice. That's pretty cool. All I can say is that in our household, most of those kinds of movies would be introduced by my mom instead. But like I said, she's got more yeah. But that's cool. Let's see. No, actually, it's definitely not. I tend to like red and black, actually. Shocker, I know. But, yeah. Obviously, that's not what I'm doing here, but that doesn't mean I'm building this specifically to be like my... Nice. I suspect we like black for two different reasons, though. For color. Most likely. In fact, I can almost guarantee it. Because in my case, it's because I did like orchestra and stuff for so long. Or just, and one of the gray can be pretty too. I'm gonna be honest, I used to have like a nail polish that was called Gunmetal Gray. I think it was my favorite color for so long, especially for nail polish. Like, I found it at I don't remember where exactly. Yes, I'm sure you do, but I was just saying as a color, it was just a beautiful color. It wasn't quite a gray, it wasn't quite a blue, it wasn't quite a black. It was kind of like like in between all of those kind of thing colors. And it was just absolutely lovely. And I ran out of it, and then I never found the color again for nail polish. It was just like a one-time thing, and I was just kind of like, yeah, that figures. But it was quite lovely. And it was quite good for orchestra too, because it was just like, and that was part of how I picked things. Was it had that like dark gray kind of. You don't want to be too how to put this nicely. You don't want to upstage other people, especially people who are soloists or just different people. So you need to keep your outfit looking more minimum. But yeah. I loved the color. I loved it for years. I honestly probably would still wear that nail polish if I still had it today, but I don't, so yeah. That is my answer. To that one. But that specifically was a nail polish color I liked. It wasn't like all colors. But no, since I've had with orchestra, I had to wear lots of blacks, lots of whites. So I ended up liking those colors, because otherwise it's like you basically got a bunch of a color you don't like on you're wearing. Then I also just like red, so. Okay. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, like I said, I just kind of ended up like that. Otherwise, I probably would like most reds, like, would be my top of the list. So I do like the color red. Well, I don't really have a lot that is red, but again, this kind of falls back into the whole, like, not just clothing, but like everything wise, I tend to wear clothes that I could wear to a recital or whatever. Because I enjoy those. Like, I just come from a musical family as well. Yeah. I guess. In a lot of ways. So it just kind of ends up like that. That you get used to the... A family can be dysfunctional and musical. Oh, I feel like I should point this out. Like, just because we have... And I mean, honestly, it's just kind of how it goes. Like, either way, I come from, how do I put this? I mean, think of it like this. Like, they're like, I think the most shocking thing is just, it's like, how do I put this? The irony is that when I was younger, I guess, like middle school, I guess. What was I doing? Because I got distracted. You would think I would have been really into like the darker colors back then, because you know. But I really wasn't. I tended to wear very bright, vibrant colors. But then it's like as I got older, I'm just kind of like, yeah. Anyway, point being, our family is, it's the way it is. There's no real answer other than that. But I can really even give. It certainly isn't the most like perfect family kind of thing. There's no family that is perfect, and honestly, music does not. Like I said, do not assume that it's like musical and dysfunctional cannot be in the same household. Ugh. I think some of the craziest people I knew, their houses were, well, they were from musician families. So, yeah. I think that's my answer. In the end. Because there really isn't anything else to say. It's like, I don't know. I guess it could be. I could be not. Definitely not. And then make one claims one way or the other. I'm just gonna say one does not equal that the other one is not a thing. Probably not. I don't think so. I don't tend to do a lot of, I'm just guessing here, a lot of, like, horror and specifically definitely not, like, zombies. What do you know? I'm not much of a zombie movie kind of person. And now it's not like I'd be, like, super scared or anything. It just... I don't know, they can make me nauseous. I guess. Plus, especially if it is a horror movie, I'm not as keen to watch it because I'll just kind of be like, whatever. And it doesn't mean it's a bad movie or anything either. It just, I'll be like, whatever. I'm not as, swayed by the horror, if you will. Well, to be honest, I don't tend to watch a lot of, if I'm being really, really honest, I don't watch a lot of movies in general. Especially, not recently, but yeah, I still probably wouldn't have watched it. Let me be clear. I think I've watched... I mean, I'm sure it's a great movie. I'm probably not gonna... But it's not because, like, I don't have Netflix, so that's not gonna help me. Yeah. Mostly because there's nothing really on Netflix. I mean, so, I mean, I get that movie's on there, but, like, overall, it tends to not be a lot of stuff on Netflix, so just don't really go and watch that. There. So I don't have it for that purpose. And I feel like I just gotta be honest there. I don't... When I say I don't watch a lot of TV, I mean it. I don't really watch a lot of, in general. I wish this was a, like, at the very least, like that. Like, you could do it however, but nope. Yeah, it has to be built like this. Alright, anyway, that's my answer, though, unfortunately, is that I just do not have Netflix. I think I've mentioned this before. But I'm sure it's a very good movie. Yes. I do believe I know some things about this movie. Mostly because... but, point being, like I said, it sounds like a great movie, it just doesn't sound like something I typically choose to watch. Though I don't typically choose to watch a lot of things, so it really isn't, like... That's just kind of how that goes. I am not a big movie person. That is my answer. Yes, I sometimes watch something like YouTube or something, but, like... at this point, I just don't really typically watch a lot of movies anymore. I did used to. No, never actually. Now I think about it now. I was gonna be like, maybe, but no, I don't. Mostly, I mean... I don't even know how to put it. Like growing up, I think the only movies I really watched were a lot of them were the Hot Wheels were a couple of the Barbie movies. I think not. Nothing wrong with it, per se. I just kind of gonna stick to my, how do I put it? Because, I mean, there's... But, you know, I guess my flavor of the month, whatever, like, manga / webcomic I'm reading. But, again, I don't watch the anime anymore. That's, like, the one thing I did do at one point, but I don't even do that anymore, because I'm just, like, I got so over it. I was just, like... It just never seems to be accurate. So, in all honesty, I really am being honest when I say I don't read a lot, or watch a lot, rather. But... yeah. I think the only things I'd ever want to see movies for would be something like Ranger's Apprentice, if they ever got one, although I don't know if they are. Or The False Prince, like, if that got a movie, that would be an awesome movie. Although they probably ruin it, but it got a movie and it actually was good, or stuck to source, that would be a good movie. What's my favorite movie? As I said, I don't really watch a lot of movies. I don't know. I don't even know the last time I've really watched one that was a movie. And not like just like a 2-hour YouTube video. Mostly to fall asleep to. As I said, like, I really am thinking, because I know there's... Yes, I do. I mean, usually I just use something to... because I do get extreme insomnia, so I do have to do different things to fall asleep. Anyway, movie-wise. I'm not sure. Actually, you know what? I think one of my favorites comes to mind is the first Indiana Jones movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark. I don't know. I like that one. Yeah, I do got insomnia. Had it my whole life. When I was 16, they diagnosed me with having a severe. Templeton is good too. I didn't say it's not. I don't know. I liked the Raiders of the Lost Ark. I thought it was. Templeton was good too. I'm not saying it's not. I just literally said which one came. What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. Oh yeah, I got all the anemia and stuff. Yeah, my doctor diagnosed me with not having REM sleep my entire life at like 16. So yeah, and I had to start taking things like melatonin and iron. So yeah, I got all the recessive. Like my mom was like, "How are you blonde with blue eyes from this family, with pale skin no less?" So yeah, that is, yeah, I got all the recessive genes. Not sure how, but I did. But to this day, it was the case. But you know, you grow up, you live with it. I got all the allergies too. Because, you know, that's a thing too. Allergies. And let's see, what else did I end up with? Oh, it's gonna be night. Yeah. Sunburn does count as recessive. So I'm just that pale. In the end. As I said, no one in my family even knows how. I ended up this way. But I did. And you just learned to live with it. Well, that's quite something. And honestly, if you said you also have ADHD, I'd have said you should probably check to see, or go to a neurologist specifically. not a psychiatrist, and find out, or to try and see if you might have, like, um, something else that basically masquerades as ADHD and anxiety together, known as the autistic spectrum. But just having anxiety, yeah. It's... Do I have? I do. I have perfect. I didn't say you did. I said if you did have that. It's not a fun thing to have. I'm not saying, like, you should go find out and be like, oh, wow. Or anything like that. I'm just literally saying it's the kind of thing where it's like, it has been known to take on those appearances. And it... And... Yep. Oh, no, I'm not taking an offense. Notice. I'm not saying... I don't think it is. I just think, I mean, they don't have... Most of them... Here's the thing. It's like, self-diagnosis is not going to tell you anything. Because there's several things it can be. So I have, like, no respect for them. I'm going to be honest. Reality is, it means that you're structurally socially awkward. You're always going to end up behind everyone else your age. It's probably comes along with a lot of stomach issues. As well. I'm just going to go here. Oftentimes. And no, I don't trust it either. I also do not trust like, when it comes to that one, like I said, I do not trust a psychiatrist diagnosis, specifically because of the nature of it. Yeah, I know. Oh, believe me, I know. But no, it's like I think of it, it just makes, I'm just left with, it's not cool, it's not quirky, it's an actual, is there a wolf around here? Or did the tree kill it? It's not a fun, quirky thing, it's an actual thing that can really mess with your life. And not be fun or pleasant or anything. It's just kind of leaves you in anguish. A lot of the time, beats. A lot of these. Because here's the thing. I mostly just trust the actual science. Neurologists look at a brain scan and go, okay, so your brain is doing this. And they'll do several tests. Psychiatrist goes, well, how do you feel about that as well? And they this is part of how their diagnosis. Plus, I'm going to go here. ADHD has medications that they can prescribe to you for it. And be like, oh, you need to take these so that you get better. Or that you can be able to focus more and stuff. Whereas autism doesn't. But the thing is, Asperger's, like, there's a medication for ADHD that if you have Asperger's specifically, it can really, really cause a lot of damage. Mind-wise and stuff. But they're not going to, the one that they're incentivized to basically state that you are, I suppose, like I said, it's basically, it's like, oh, look, you can take this for it to make it And it's just like, I don't trust that kind of thing. There's an incentive for them to decide, oh, even if it's not the case. And since, I'm going to be honest, I mean, it wasn't necessarily on purpose in my case, but I did end up taking several medications that were for ADHD that honestly did mess with me, because it turned out, well, guess what? You don't have ADHD. I just don't trust that specific anymore. Because it's... Stick with the brain scans. Some of the tests, do all that. But, yeah. That's just kind of how I go with it. Is I'm like... And again... You can go in and you can be given that diagnosis and you might not have it, or whatever. Or you might have it, it's just... They don't test like that. Anyway. Science. And I think it's okay, but I think I don't think I would want anybody who's like, just take this pill kind of thing. That is very dangerous. That's where I would go with it. Like, instead, there was a therapist I had to go to for a while. I'm not gonna say the name or anything, but instead, basically, the individual in question helped work through that kind of stuff, rather than going, well, you need to take pills. I definitely prefer that, because I'm just like, especially when you consider a lot of these medications are addictive in nature, or can cause addiction to them, and yeah. Be very concerned. I think that's where I really go with it. It's not... Actually, I think this is actually like that. But I think it can't work or can't help. I think it's very specific situations that it is better for, and the way you can do it, or the way it's dealt with, is important too. But I'm not saying, like, I don't think... Like, I definitely think that there's a place for it. There's no question about that. It just depends on the overall situation. And what you're going in for specifically. And that's really where I go with it. And like I said, you can have good therapists and bad therapists. I just think that the real answer is you need to be able to actually work through your problem rather than just take a Band-Aid. That's... Alright, 1 second. 1, 2, 3. Especially an addictive Band-Aid that you don't necessarily want to take off, even if in theory it's not helping. But overall, Band-Aids, because if you haven't done any healing on the inside, it's not going to do anything. So I kind of think that's where I'm at with it. I don't think it's a bad thing, but I do think it's not like a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. And I definitely don't like solutions that have that one-size-fits-all mentality to it. Because not everybody's the same. Anyway, I mean, like I said, you can agree, you can disagree. That's up to you. Just, to me, it's kind of where I land with it. Is therapy in of itself is not a bad thing. It's when the therapy is basically just, well then how about you take this pill?